Hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation community. And welcome to another Dr. Sherman's Coffee Break, a subsidiary of the Anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for the last 10.5 months and counting, because the daily stream streak must remain strong, I am here to open my office door to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we are here for the next hour and 15 minutes to answer your general Q&A about the Foundation. But before we begin, we have to start with our housekeeping. First up, Sleep-Deprived Dragon of the Night. Congratulations on being our #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e. congratulations on being first chatter. Meanwhile, Not a Chaos Insurgency Spy, Chester Factory, Senior Researcher Alex, Titanborn, Froy, TW, Affleck, everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually. And thank you for being members of the Site 42 channel on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, Quad, Global Cult Coalition, Colossiton, Schlemmer, and Glitch. Thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here just for being you today. Now, for today's stream sponsor, I am happy to announce, while blinding myself in the process, that SCP Gallionic, otherwise known as the SCP Anime, is continuing its gangbusters goal towards getting its 20-minute full funding. At 199,500 euros, we are only 10,500 euros from the 20-minute barrier. So you know your orders, people. Keep donating, and if you've donated all you can, keep sharing. That way, we can get the 20-minute edition of this. Another donation came in while I was telling you this, so we're even closer than we were before. They seem to have gotten another medal here called the Open Call Long Story Short. I don't even know what that is. But congratulations, SCP Gallionic. What does long story short mean? Tell me what long story short means. Long short story. Kickstarter's annual open call for short films. Okay, so they're getting an extra credit, hooray, from Kickstarter, along with the Project We Love banner. Very good. Kickstarter is giving all the love to SCP Gallionic. We love to see it. Just because it's that good, why don't we take a look at the trailer again? I will not sing over this one.
So, your choice. What will it be? Hold tight to what little I have.
Now, obviously, that trailer super rocks. And I see one of you in the chat, an intern, Azalea, saying, how can I support this? This is so cool. Well, if you go to the Site42 support beacon that is pinned in the chat, that is beacons.ai/Site42, you will find a link to the SCP Gallionic Kickstarter. It is your duty to go to that Kickstarter, donate funds so we can get the 20-minute edition, the full story. None of this partial story with some animatic storyboarding. No, we want the full damn episode. But furthermore, share it everywhere. It keeps getting hype. We need more hype. And so, the Kickstarter link is now in the chat. Thank you, Desk. Support it. Share it. This is the duty of all members of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. Intern Azalea, thank you, sir. I will get on it immediately. Good work. Now, furthermore, today's stream is ending at 1 p.m. Pacific time. That is California time zone for me. At the same time we end, I will be shunting the chat over to what is starting immediately when I am done, the Affray Interactive, creators of SCP-5K the game, interviewing SCP Gallionic's creators, SOM Studios. There is an interview with them directly after this stream. You will be able to watch it on the Affray Interactive YouTube channel, but there's a little bit of a delay from the Discord where they are holding the talk to the YouTube, and that means that your questions might take longer to get answered. I have left a link to the Affray Interactive talk in the description of this stream. That leads to the Discord server for Affray Interactive, where you will be able to visit the stream discussion and ask your questions straight away. Because yes, Intern Mata, they will be live. And so there will be a live conversation. You will be able to ask questions. The Affray Interactive Discord is linked in the description, or you can go to the Affray Interactive YouTube channel immediately after this stream is complete in approximately 1 hour and 10 minutes. Furthermore, reminder that if you miss that / catch the VOD, do not fret, because Monday at 2 p.m. California time, we will be here on the Site42 stream, one of the very rare streams that I actually schedule a proper time for, because we will be interviewing SOM Studios, creators of SCP Gallionic. We have been working together behind the scenes for a while, and they are coming on stream to talk to the Site42 community directly. Once again, today's stream with Affray Interactive is 1 p.m. Pacific time. On Monday, 2 p.m. Pacific time, SOM Studios will be here with Site42. So, remember to support the Kickstarter, check out the interviews, see what they have to say, to end our sponsorship. And remember, this is not a paid sponsorship with SOM Studios, although if they cast me and give me a role, I would not say no. let us check in with them because they did post something new today. And you know that what we really, really want is the updates. We want to know what's happening as it happens. And so allow for me to find the video from, here we go. Let me mute that ambiance again. Boom. Full screen. Let's listen.
We're this close to actually making SCP the anime. And you are the deciding factor now. In less than 3 weeks, SCP Gallionic has already gathered 200,000 euros, or $230,000, with over 4,000 backers, and another 20 or so days ago. To see this project, which we have poured our hearts and soul into for well over 2 years now, receives so much love, makes me a bit emotional. Earlier I said that we were this close, but why? Didn't we already pass our initial goal? Well, yeah, but other than having to grab your attention, I meant it more holistically. We're only 10,000 euros away from reaching the 20-minute stretch goal, which is already amazing. And hell, if we go past that, other than being able to pay all the lovely people working with us decent wages, we got more stretch goals lined up. But that's not the only thing. We've read the comments. We know many of you want a movie or a series and not just a short film. But animation is crazy expensive. However, let's not kid ourselves. The world is currently looking at this project. We are, as of now, one of the most successful SCP crowdfunding campaigns ever. The more this project is known, the more people will be interested, and therefore, the more possibly we will be able to make in the future. Also, funny thing, but I seem to find out that way more people know about SCP than you'd be led to think. Seriously, I've had friends from completely different fields tell me, hey, I know that. I feel like SCP is one of those rare cultural phenomena where if you've been on the internet long enough, you've heard about it in some way, shape, or form. Anyways, this ramble was my elegant way of saying, let's do this together. As you've seen the trailer and believe in this project, let the world know. Tell your friends about it, your family, or your favorite content creators. Respectfully, and if you can, back the project. SCP has been from day one a collaborative effort, and therefore, to this day, you are the deciding factor.
All right, pause it there. Bring it back. Bring back the ambiance. So, I think we're all on the same page here. SCP Gallionic, you are close to that 20-minute goal. I want it. Many of you in the chat want that Ghost Stories dub. I don't know what that is, but I hear it's pretty entertaining. I'll need to look into that eventually, especially if they manage to pull it off. Yes, Froy, respectfully. Respectfully is important. Let's not cause problems. We don't want to be one of those fandoms. You know those fandoms. All right, I am returning to the chat. I am checking all notifications as our... Wait. There we go. Allow me to get through the donations that came in during the intro, and then I will be ready for the general Q&A. First and foremost, Affleck, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Thank you for making the effort to go through the Ko-Fi for your donation. As we know, the Ko-Fi only takes 3% of your donation, whereas the YouTube Super Chat takes 30%. So we appreciate you making the effort to go the distance. Grab yourself a bubbly water on your way past the commissary. Dr. German, J-J-J-J-J-J-J. I think I had a joke. Okay. SCP. No, it's JJJ-JJJJ-J. Oh no. This is uncomfortable. All right. Well, it is short enough. Let's give it a freaking shot. You're coming with me for this. JJJ-JJJJ-J. Jobject class Juncontainable. Jessel Gentainment Procedures. JJJJ-JJJJ-J. Janot G. Janjaned. Description. JJJ-JJJJ-J. Jizzagenic Genomaly. Jet defects Jennything. Jet is dritten. Jadoubt it. Jin. Jandered. Jinglish. Jext. Jit Jazz G. Judgeability. To Jjace. Jizders Jedder. Jin Jenny Jerd. Jith J. Jajoni Jexception. Dis then Jerd. Jijins Jit Jijowl. Jinjits Jace. Jit Jil Jav Japended. Jujiginning. Jiv Jijerd. Jijoso Jez Jijikin Jiject. Jitches to Jijace any Jenny General Jith Jenum Jabrick. Jijijunkir Jow. Jen Georgi Dish Jajers. Discovery. JJJ-JJJ-J just discovered Jun Jarch Jinth Jujausen Jan 23. Foundation Agents Jeerjald Jujajome Dev John Jen Johnson Jin Jackson Mississippi Jerde discovered Jeffrey Jerfis Jov the Jilding Jadjid Cum Jovered Jinjenum Jabrick, including Jajurniture Jand Jajiam Appliances. Jirjas Judicially Jijub Jav Jargerin Jinja Refrigerator Jabled Gigant Jaleeve Jits Judder Foundation Agents John DeJean investigated Anomaly extensively. Unable to determine Jenny significant details about its origin, Georgethology. The Johnson Jome, Jasjin Jurchist, Jai Foundation, and currently declared Josh Uninhabitable, Jandered Jover Jory, Jatori, Jome Genovation. Jadendum. Jit Jajin discovered that the only unaffected Jerd Jinglish language Jiz Jacronym GIF. Jaflak Jow Jucking Jerju. Well, you are correct, intern dinosaur Jits Joe Jover. Okay, that was an adventure. Jiminy sakes. All right. Thank you, Affleck, for that adventure. That Jadventure. Intern Starlight. Wait, there's going to be an anime? Yes, look at the first 10 minutes of this VOD. We go over it and tell you how to support it and help make it happen. All right, we are back to the proper situation here. I can see the chat again. Woo! All right. Drowsy, welcome back to Level 1 Researchership here at Site 42. I'm sorry your auto-renew is non-functional for some reason, but good to have you back as research staff. I just got here and missed yesterday's stream. Has anything happened? Intern dunno. Yesterday was a simple fan art Friday, meaning that there wasn't much in the way of happenings, if I recall. Just a chill stream. As today is to be a chill stream in support of SCP Gallionic, the SCP anime coming up. Remember, there is a live chat with some studios and Affray Interactive on the Affray YouTube channel. Or you can go to the link in the description of this stream to go to their Discord server, which gets you a better chance of getting your questions answered. Yo, SCP Guy Live, you're damn right, intern Geplep. We are, in fact, we have been streaming daily for the last 10.5 months. We have not missed a single day. We are going for that 1-year streak. We are this close. Chill stream, he says, after giving us a gelective droke. Yeah, I know, that was really stressful for me too. Are you familiar with something called the SCP Whisperer? Intern Starlight, I am in fact not familiar with what you are speaking of. Never heard of this. What's wrong with the name SCP-7? Do not! Let's say. Nothing is technically wrong with the numerical designation of any anomaly. The problem is that what that numerical designation refers to, that anomaly, is so heinous, so disgusting, so beyond the pale of any of the 6 Jesus Christ that we contain at the Foundation's creation, so beyond the pale, that just the mere thought of it unaware makes one disgusted to the point of vomiting, makes someone angry to the point of murder. It's not the number. It's what that thing the number is about is. Read its documentation if you want to behold the true horror of what exists in our world. Intern Marie, thank you for sending 4 flowers to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they were very pretty and well appreciated by the chat. What do you do here? Do you do researching? Intern Moss, while I do research from time to time at the Foundation, I have been promoted from archivist to researcher to site director. So around here I do a lot more staff management duties. I get to research some pet projects now and again, but mostly it's managerial roles, as well as these streams educating you all to the inner workings of the SCP Foundation, the place where we all work and live and enjoy ourselves when we don't have to deal with the monstrosities that go bump in the night. If you're interested, the SCP Whisperer is my fanfic about my OC who can communicate with the SCPs. Well, first and foremost, I'm a little confused as to why you asked me if I knew what that was. If it was your personal fanfic that I might not know about. Is your personal fanfic famous enough for you to ask? Do I know about it? Or was that just a, I'm confused. But furthermore, okay, well, writing, we are a writing fandom. I hope you're having fun writing your little fanfic. And hey, if you, zhuzh up the concept a little bit, if you make sure it's neat and tidy, maybe you can one day submit it to the SCP Wiki proper so it will become more than fanfic. It will become canon fanfic. If that's something you want to do, of course. And last thing, When you say talk to the SCPs, I mean, a lot of them are humanoid entities that are perfectly capable of speech and understanding language. So we don't really need a whisperer for those. But are you talking about objects? Creatures? I'm a little confused, but I'm sure that's part of the project. Well, it has over 1K reads. Hey, that's actually quite impressive. Good work. It's especially on fan fiction sites, it's a little hard to get reads like that. But yes, good luck on your adventure. Intern Joshua, thank you for sending a 6-7. I'm sure Desk had a miniature conniption when he saw that, which makes me laugh. Then sending a series of 16 100s. I am sure that with the power of 16 100s, the containment hazard assessment team will keep this stream far more 100 than my broken brain after reading Drajort's Anomaly. Okay. Does SCP-096 like chicken nuggies? Intern Landers. SCP-096, we are not even sure if it is sentient or sapient. All it does is wander around holding its face, cry, and when people see its face, murder. We do not know its preferences on chicken nuggies. Intern Rock, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Some person, perhaps, you are correct. The likes are just above the viewer count, although you might want to hit the like button a little bit more to make sure it stays that way. But congratulations. Oh, see, it's 75-75. It's dead even now. You got to hit that like button or I can't finish this segment. Hit that like button so I can continue to congratulate you on your like button hitting. There you go, 78-75. We're back on track, people. When you're hitting that like button, what you are doing is you are boosting this stream within the YouTube algorithm. When you get it higher than the viewer count, YouTube goes, oh man, people like this. I'd better share it. And because of that, we get more people to come into the stream, more people to learn what the SCP Foundation is all about, more people to see that SCP, the anime, is coming and needs their support. And so the more we make that happen, the more we here, as Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters, are able to support the SCP Wiki and its authors, artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, podcasters, etc. The more we work together, the bigger and better the SCP projects will be. You guys don't even know what's going on behind the scenes. When you guys hit that like button, when you guys make my subscription count go up, as a signal beacon, just as someone who has clout, filmmakers reach out to me. And they're like, hey, Dr. Sherman, you seem like you're the SCP guy. Do you guys want me to do anything in particular with my SCP film? I want to play with it, but I want good advice. And as long as you guys think I'm the good advice guy, keep getting like, keep helping me out. The day you think I'm not a good avatar of your will in the SCP community is the day you should stop supporting me. But if I'm getting what you want out there, if I'm getting filmmakers to do what you like, getting them in the community so that we have more filmmakers, I will always thank you for your support, because remember, my power is your power. I'm just the head of this thing, but I cannot stand without all you guys at my back. So, as always, thank you, Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codename Signal Boosters. Little, just emotional moment at the things we have going on right now. Frickin' SCP the Anime has over $200,000 in donations. We're connecting behind the scenes different filmmakers so they can work together to make the next thing. $2026 is fucking it, guys. We're doing it this year. We're doing it this year. sorry. 200 what? Yes, intern Soviet Union. SCP Gallionic's Kickstarter for the 20-minute SCP short film that we have deemed SCP the Anime is currently at $231,000 and climbing. And we need it to get much further to get the full 20 minutes and the Ghost Stories dub and all this extra credit stuff. I wish I could tell you guys everything that was going on behind the scenes. It's one of those situations where, because I'm talking with so many people and you don't talk about a project before it's really going, because otherwise, you know, you get people's hopes up for things that might not actually happen. But there's so much flying around right now. It's so cool. Patience. Patience. All in due time. All in due time. Just fucking hype. I'm just fucking hype, guys. Okay, returning to the chat. Researcher Cat from Parawatch, thank you for your 3 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. What happened to the lack rooms? If you go back to the streams from Wednesday and Thursday of this week, you will see the resolution of the lack room scenario. It took about 2 to 3 days of the containment breach, but then we finally calmed the situation, and you will see the somewhat chaotic explanation of what happened on Wednesday and Thursday's stream. Researcher Xenom, welcome to your newly minted membership here as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Building our roster of green names to help us win the battle against the white names. We appreciate your newly minted membership and service. Is there a Goose SCP like in the game Untitled Goose Game? Intern Spammiest. I do believe we have Goose-like anomalies. Now, allow me. I will answer your question in a minute. I just saw something stupid, and I need to tell the chat. In order to answer Spammiest's question, I had to go back to the SCP Wiki, which means I had to go back to the tab JJJ Anomaly John Jit. Gent Jajet Jage Jigen Jigilized Jat Jajop Jav Jajage JJJ Foundation Jacure Gentane Drochect. God damn it! I just had to share. You're welcome. Ten glory to anyone who can successfully translate what I just said right there. I assume, Desk, that that's fine. Now, as I was saying, before I got hideously distracted, or distracted, Spammiest, if you go to the home page of the SCP Foundation and you click on this search button, you will open the site search. Now, since you're asking about Goose SCPs, we're going to add the tag for SCP so that the only pages that come up are SCPs. Then we will type in Goose. And here is SCP-1675, the Goose Terminator, which I'm pretty sure is just a robot programmed to destroy geese. Yup, that is a Terminator that hunts geese. There is also SCP-9037, Theseus's Goose. 2351, A Wild Goose Chase. 7073, Vincent Bohart in the Golden Goose. So there are many SCPs about the geese. And so that is how you will find your treasure trove of geese anomalies. Good luck and honk. Returning to chat. Keep the Goose Terminator away from Agent Goose. You are correct. That is standard site policy. We don't want another... Well, let's just say Agent Goose is the site animal wrangler. And there were a lot of anomalous creatures in a fight with the Goose Terminator last time they met. Can we see the SCP-049 wiki audio? Lil Crimson, is there a reason in particular you wish to partake in the official SCP audio for 049 directly from the wiki? What is it you are looking to encounter in this thing? Now, I will say, I'm not necessarily against it, if only for one of the audio logs, because, in case some of you are unfamiliar, I personally am the Dr. Sherman in the SCP-049 article. The article has been named after me because I did the voice lines. And so, if I were to put this up and cover our ambience for a minute...
I need you to explain yourself. SCP-049, you are being directed to explain your actions, and I will remind you that failure to cooperate will result in further restrictions during your containment. My actions do not need to be explained. You killed Raymond Ham, and then butchered him until he... Not dead. No, not dead. He is cured. Cured? Cured of what? Pestilence, sir. I had thought you, at least, would realize what luck it is. I detected it before. What pestilence? You keep going on and on about this pestilence, but you have not once been able to properly identify this disease. What could you have possibly seen in him today that you had not seen so many times before, that it would be worth his life? The pestilence presents and progresses in unforeseeable fashions, and has a queer way of creeping into the unprepared. And call it what you want, Doctor. It was a mercy I did to him. He is cured. He is a vegetable. I would not expect you to understand. You and your ilk have proven time and time again not to be men of science, but men of emotion. You cannot appreciate the horrors I have seen. Those many millions who have succumbed to the pestilence and been changed. Your cure cost Ray his life. No, good sir. I have saved it. You would allow this world to slip back into the despair of disease and death, ignoring that I have created a miracle. And what disease? What pestilence? He was a healthy man. He was a good doctor. I'm offering it freely to the afflicted. You are not worth this argument, sir. You are short-sighted and foolish. Dr. Ham was sick, and I cured him. I am the only one who can do this. My work must continue. There is still so much to learn, so much. I've had enough of this. Consider your allowances saved. Even you. Welcome to containment, 049. Might be saved. We're done here. I can save them all. I can cast down this plague once and for all. I can do this. Only me. I saved him. Dr. Ham. I cured him. He was sick. I know he was sick. I know he was. And
Shout out, as always, to Volgan, who voices SCP-049 proper. And, hey, I think that's a pretty good tape overall. Not that I'm bragging, although I am actually bragging. That does sound awesome. Go us! All right, returning to chat. Cool Man Fight. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a fruit tart on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, help! I made a Sentinel strawberry pie. The strawberry pie that stands guard at the gate. A sentinel, a watchful eye across the waste that threaten us. The strawberry pie stands in our defense, evermore. Now, I'm assuming, Cool Man Fight, that you did not mean sentinel, that you in fact meant sentient. Is that correct? Or did you actually mean sentinel and all of that I just said was canon to what you mean? What would happen when the Global Cult Coalition saw the Unusual Incidents Unit? Well, the UI Useless is pretty much underfunded to the point that their guidebook for their staff members literally says, if you see the SCP Foundation show up on the scene, back up and let them handle it because they are better equipped for the situation. I am certain that it is a similar situation with those gawksuckers as well. Interesting. One moment. Okay, clear. Good. Dr. Sherman, can you tell how many SCP there are and what country is SCP? Intern Marlin, first and foremost, if I'm understanding your question right, I can very easily tell you how many SCPs there are, at least on the English language database, because I can simply put in the tag for SCP in the search function without a search variable. And if I put in the tag SCP in the search function, then it shows me that there are 10,168 pages found tagged as SCP. So there are 10,168 SCP documents to date. Now, as for what country the SCP Foundation is in, we are a worldwide secret organization, so we have bases in most countries that are big enough to merit having countries within. There are a few that we find it harder to have bases in, such as Iran, because they have their own, the Office for the Reclamation of Islamic Artifacts, and they kind of get really salty if the SCP Foundation shows up on their turf. But we still have a couple very undercover sites there as well. We just got to be really careful. TBN, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some matzo ball soup on your way past the commissary, and good to see you. It's been a while. Hope you've been well. Dr. Sherman, are you still scared to go in your office even after removal of SCP-72? Yeah, you tried to change it, but I know what you meant, and that's enough. Remember, it's not the number, it's thinking about that thing unplanned. I need to steel myself if I'm going to be thinking about that thing. No, now that that thing is gone, I am happy to go into my office once it has been decontaminated. Xenom, thank you for donating for the first time today, as well as becoming a member. Grab yourself some chili on your way past the commissary. Hey, Dr. Sherman, what do you think about my plan? Have a plan. Number 1, find out what the pestilence is. Number 2, spread it. 3, release SCP-049. I think number 1 is great. Please, find out what the pestilence is. But number 2, spreading it. Number 3, releasing SCP-049. No. You've gone too far in your plan. You've gotten too crazy. You're getting all quirked up out here. You got to tone it down. Just find out what the pestilence is and stop. Oh, hello there, Miss. Containment Hazard Assessment Team, it seems we have a visitor. Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie, is in the hizzy. The sweetiest pumpkin is doing much better after her veterinary visits and subsequent healthy surgeries, and has way too much energy yet again, bouncing off the walls. Whoop, 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 run away! And if you were present on yesterday's stream, you will have seen that we found the DNA test, which had her breeds at 50% Chihuahua, little bit of a bunch of other stuff. So yes, Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie, good to see you again. Okay. Cool Man Fight. Thank you for donating again to clarify that, yes, Dr. Sherman, I did mean Sentinel. Oh, interesting. The pie that protects all other pies from humanity. And I also made a whiskey cream pie. You create a pie that blocks all other pies from humanity, and it's a whiskey cream pie, something I would very much like to try, but now I can't have it because there's a strawberry pie sentinel guarding it? You're cruel. You're cruel. Explode. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a waffle on your way past the commissary. Bad news. Someone told SCP-049 about SCP-500. I am not shocked at the idea that in all this time, 049 has heard of the SCP-500 pill. It was bound to happen sometime. Let me see if I can find anything on the database that references the both of them. I'm not seeing anything that mentions both anomalies at first glance. My first intention would be that because 049 seems to be so delusional about this pestilence, I would almost take it to believe that 049 would see SCP-500 as a placebo and would treat it as something that is not as good a cure as it is. It being SCP-049, please remember that both the pill and 049 are its, because they're both anomalies, they're objects, not people. So don't get it twisted here. Intern Ackerman, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a fruit salad, yummy, yummy, on your way past the commissary. Idea, an SCP that makes any song a Weird Al parody. Well, we have a lot of mentions of Weird Al Yankovic on the SCP database. A lot of them hover around the song The Night Santa Went Crazy for some reason. The trick to that is, as a writer, if you're going to write that SCP idea, you just need to be good enough at song parodies to write a couple excerpts that people can look at and go, hey, that is pretty funny. You would probably then need to have an interview with Weird Al or something like that, where Weird Al either claims to be the source of it or claims that he hasn't been writing the songs that this anomaly has, or that he has no idea about it at all. I mean, there's no such thing as a bad idea, just bad implementation. So you can take that idea and you can make it happen. You just gotta put together your story. Intern Vogue, our time check is 30 minutes. We have 30 minutes left in today's stream approximately. How many SCP have had a stroke? Intern Smith, I'm not sure that information is on the database. Our SCPnet database is mostly for special containment procedures and the like, after action reports. The medical needs of anomalies, when they go, that's kept in a medical documentation set of the on-site intranet that is specific to each anomaly. So I do not have detailed medical records of anomalies to run such a search here. We are getting SCP the anime before GTA 6. Well, if I were to look at the production timeline for SCP Gallionic, aka SCP the anime, you should pay attention to the fact that when they fulfill their funding goals, they're all set, that pre-production starts in Q2 of 2026. And so production is from Q3 to end of Q1 2027. Then post-production for Q2 and Q3 of 2027. Then the stretch goals will be done going into Q4 to Q2, going into 2028. So notice that in here, we're looking at a pretty long distance set before the actual release of SCP Gallionic. We are funding it now, but projects like animated films take a very long time in the production pipeline. So, with that in mind, be patient, be ready, keep your expectations in check. And that being said, I do not know if we will be getting GTA 6 in the next 2 years. It's wholly possible that we will get SCP the anime before GTA 6, at the rate things have been going. Intern Finnegan, welcome to Site42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Command Fight, thank you for donating again to Say. If we can figure out when Sentinel Strawberry Pie sleeps, we can eat the whiskey cream pie without getting red cream pied in the face for 24 hours. I mean, what do you mean, pied in the face for 24 hours? How does this strawberry sentinel pie work? Because a pie can only hit you in the face once. Does the pie stick to your face for 24 hours? Does the pie regenerate and then keep hitting you in the face for 24 hours? As punishment for your crime. Your pie crime. Desk, you are correct. Stream will have a hard stop before 1 p.m., which 1 p.m. my time is 25 minutes from now. I will be off stream at that point. That way, we can all go to watch the Afray Interactive SOM Studios interview and question and answer on the Afray Interactive Discord / in the description of this VOD, you will find the link to their Discord server, or you can watch on YouTube. Have you written any articles on the SCP Wiki? Intern Tordai, I would like to introduce you to the Sherm's author page and Site42 Hub, where you can find all of the SCP articles that I wrote, or provided voice lines or sound effects to, translations to the international branches, although I haven't kept up on those in a while. But suffice it to say, yes, I have written a few SCPs. Intern Pastry, thank you for the mystery gift to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. Since there seemed to be a furry friendo in that box, at least from what I observed, I believe the Containment Hazard Assessment team will be very aw about the whole thing. Well, Intern Vince, tell me how to pronounce your name. Is it Tordai? Tordai? There are a lot of ways your name can be pronounced, and I don't have the audio of that. How do you even put an SCP on the SCP Wiki? Well, Lil Crimson, it is quite simple, actually. But remember, an important life lesson, simple doesn't always mean easy. I mean, pushing a boulder uphill is a simple process. That doesn't mean it's not difficult and exhausting. If you go to the SCP Wiki homepage and you go to the top left corner sidebar, you'll see a section called Getting Started. You should read the guide for newcomers, join the site, contribute, frequently asked questions, and the Universe Hub. This is your starting line to learn how to submit SCPs to the SCP database. You're welcome. Cool Man Fight, thank you for donating again to clarify. It has infinite pie to hit your face with. So, the Sentinel Strawberry Pie doesn't fling itself at you and hit you in the face, but it throws pies at you, separate pies from it? Or does it keep regenerating like, well, a regenerating anomaly and hit you in the face with itself multiple times? Intern Daisy, going chat to chat, saying Jesus loves you gets very confusing when you come to the SCP Foundation. We contain 6 different iterations of Jesus. We contain a bread Jesus, a Jesus made of bread. A Jesus that is an Uber driver. A Jesus that's in a coma and its ghost cock blocks people from dancing too close to each other. We have Vor Jesus that swallows you whole and sends you to a Jesus Land theme park in its stomach. We have Milk Jesus, aka Cheeses, completely made out of cheese and dairy products. And then we have literally Jim Davis, the creator of Garfield, who is the second coming of Jesus, according to all of our tests. So, which Jesus loves you? Us. All of us. Because some of those Jesus, I do not want the love of. I don't want the love of Vor Jesus. It upsets me. Uber driver Jesus? Chill, bro. I could accept some platonic love from Uber driver Jesus. Bro's whole personality is SCP. Well, Intern Dizzy, I mean, here on the Site42 SCP platform, yes. But I do have hobbies outside the SCP Foundation. It's just, when I'm here, it's SCP time. For instance, I have an avid ballroom dancer and karaoke enthusiast, and SCP does not often creep into those hobbies. Intern Explode, thank you for donating again to say, use SCP-3922 to defeat SCP-5733. All right, well, I don't know any of those off the top of my head. Let me take a look. Okay, so SCP-3922, codename Stop Right There, Criminal Scum. 3922 is a cylindrical object 3 centimeters in diameter and 5 centimeters in depth, composed of a nickel-aluminum alloy. On one side, the object has been engraved with the insignia of 3 crescent moons in a row. On the other, the word reassurance has been engraved. When placed within 1 meter of a television set or a computer, 3922 will significantly alter the content of any fictional film, TV show, online video, or commercial, usually through the addition of actors in padded combat uniforms and gas masks. So yes, okay, this is the anomaly that sends in troops to arrest whoever is inside the show. I see. And then SCP-5733, the return of the suburb slasher. I see. You know? Movie's plot during the party. Uh-oh. Wait, I'm just looking at the incident logs to double check something. Wow, I really got to read all this. This seems pretty freaking cool. All right, so I'm going to give you this. Return of the Suburb Slasher, SCP-5733, and then SCP-6733, Return of the Suburb Slasher. Seem very cool like anomalies. I gotta read those. I like horror movies, and I like the idea. Essentially, it's a horror movie where halfway through the scene, the protagonist turns to you and says, hey, if you're gonna watch us all get killed, at least tell me how to get out of here. And then you can try to guide the protagonist away from the killer. But the catch is that the killer is getting the information from you and keeps getting the protagonist anyways until a twist at the end that I want to read to get into. But living horror movie SCP-5733 sounds very fun. I need to read it. Furthermore, I would not be shocked if the interference of SCP-3922 fell into the entity's meta-awareness and its ability to dodge plans to stop it. I would not be surprised that because of the entity's meta-awareness, it would be able to avoid those officers. But it could also be... It's hard to say without a cross-test. I am interested, though. I like your ideas. Coolman Fight, thank you for donating again to say, pieces of itself at you and stun lock you for 5 minutes. So, it picks up a piece of itself and throws it at you. And then you are stunned for 5 minutes being hit by a piece of pie? Must be a pretty hard piece of pie and a pretty hard throw. Intern Soviet Union, we are 10 minutes from the end of stream. Explode, thank you for donating again to say use 718 to contain 173. 718 is codename Eyeball. It's an eye roughly the size of a baseball, supported by a long, thin stalk made of tendon and blood vessels. It stands 4 feet tall, appears to need no nourishment. That will turn and follow any living thing in its field of vision. Stalk is capable of limited movement. It will follow living things for a short distance. 718 will also stare at any observational equipment in its containment area if no living things are present. 718 appears to prefer staring at humans more than other animals. It can induce discomfort and paranoia in the person it's staring at, resulting in the subject's attempt to destroy 718. The eye, if damaged, will explode, showering clear fluid on all nearby surfaces before shriveling into powder. Anything the fluid touches will develop blisters. The blister will burst, and a new 718 will spawn, growing to full size over the course of a few days. So, problem 1. SCP-173 isn't living. It's a statue. Therefore, it would not be subject to the vision of 718 at as high of a priority as a living human being. Furthermore, I feel as if this doesn't reference... it seems the eye doesn't blink because it doesn't... it's attached to a tendon and blood vessels. It doesn't mention having eyelids. It also seems like a way to get a lot more iterations of 718, which we don't want excess iterations if they keep blowing up and spawning new ones and blowing up and spawning new ones. So that one's probably not as good of an idea as the previous testing hypothesis. Also remember, end of the day, when it comes to the 3922 versus 5733, we're not trying to destroy anomalies, because then we can't study them anymore. So if 5733 is actually decommissioned and neutralized by 3922, we wouldn't get to research it anymore, which is a bad ending. Dr. Sherman, what if SCP-076 and SCP-096 are face-to-face? Intern Leticia, we would never allow that because if you've seen 096's face, it attacks. If Abel saw its face, then 096 would kill Abel because Abel is killable, tough, but killable, and 096 is tougher. And then when Abel respawns, 096 would attack it again. Now, seemingly, we could lock them both into Abel's sarcophagus, as Desk has recommended in the past, so that they just keep fighting each other for eternity. The problem is 096 still might escape the containment cell if someone else saw its face. Another photo turned up. And then we would have the problem of every time Abel respawned, 096 would go after it. We couldn't contain it as thoroughly. So, no. Dr. Sherman, you ever think of sending 682 to fight God? Intern Mary Boy. I don't know what you mean by God in this case. There are many anomalies claimed to be deities in SCP Foundation containment. I mean, we contain half the Greek pantheon, for instance. So, I don't exactly know what you mean. We don't refer to any anomalies as God. Now, if you're doing what most people do as a mistake and referring to SCP-343, let me remind you that SCP-343 is not God. It is a reality bender with delusions of grandeur, and when confronted with SCP-682, it said, "That's not one of mine, I can't see it," and refused to interact with it. Now, I don't think we actually contain Zeus. Zeus is one of the few we don't have. Oh no, 4453 is in fact Zeus, so to be. No, 4453 is Hera, but it mentions Zeus in this article. And so the problem becomes, we don't have Zeus in containment. We only have Hera, which is already enough of a problem. SCP-4500 mentions Zeus, and 6536 mentions Zeus. SCP-4500 points at Zeus as being the head of a Greek version of the SCP Foundation, apparently. And 6536 claims to possibly be the corpse of Zeus, at which point we would not know much about it. No, the corpse was killed by Zeus. Is not Zeus. Once again, AI summaries are terrible. Never trust an AI summary. I gave it one benefit of the doubt, and I was wrong. Northern Glacier Corporation, thank you for your first donation of today's stream. And hey, it's been a while. Hope you've been doing well. Grab yourself a coffee on your way past the commissary. I could sure use one. Someone summoned Beetlejuice. We were just talking about this yesterday. I think because Beetlejuice breached containment. Also, do we even know what, not falling for it, is? Oh wait, oops. Not catching me. I know the tricks here. Actually, thanks to Desk's presence and mimetic and cognohazardous protective fields, I can say Beetlejuice again and it's not going to summon the entity. The same as I can mention SCP-2521 without being got right now. But don't do it off stream, otherwise you will be got, and it will be bad. Does Area 51 have SCPs? No, Intern Moss, they do not. They claim to, but they're run by the UIU, and you know those guys suck. Hashtag UI useless. Dr. Sherman, there's a cool interactive tale about 5733 called It Always Ends the Same. That sounds super dope. Intern Jensen, I do not know why it matters to you if I am gay or not, but I am, I guess, colloquially one of the gays, if you call asexuality part of the gay spectrum, the LGBTQIA. Asexual is on that list, so I guess so. But really, I don't quite identify with the label like that. But the SCP Foundation is a welcoming space for LGBTQIA community members. And a reminder, although I myself am asexual, my author on the pataphysical level above us is a cishet white guy, so take everything with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Intern Santos, thank you for the thumbs up to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am certain that they will keep up the positivity thanks to your urging. Intern Trans Girl, thank you for becoming a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Is the UIU with the FBI? That is correct, Intern Lumi. The UIU is a subcategory of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And Site 42 staff, we are officially at the end of today's stream. And so, at the end of stream, as always, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. It's a tradition around these parts. But, if I'm not going to tell you my SCPs that I wrote are my favorites, that would be cheating. If you want to read the SCPs I wrote, you can go to the Sherm's author page in Site 42 Hub on the SCP database. There you can see the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects to. And while you are, what's the phrase I'm looking for? while you are... Oh, wait a... Jeez Louise. Listen, I have to end this stream really fast because we have a time limit. But, Felix, thank you for gifting a very generous first donation of today's stream. Please grab yourself... go to my office, grab yourself whatever you want out of my personal stash in the mini fridge. I've got some very keen Anomalous beveraginos, and you get your pick of the litter, so to speak. Thank you for your intense generosity right here at the end of stream. Also, 100 stars love since I'm interrupted from my outro anyways. Thank you for sending a 100 to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team as well. So... and you said access granted to redacted. When you get to my office, can you leave a note telling me what redacted is, intern Felix? Because I don't know what that means. And I'd like to know what that means. Okay, as I was saying, my favorite SCPs, I'm not going to say mine. Go to my author page. While you're there, become a patron or YouTube channel member to support us monthly. Do Ko-Fis or YouTube Super Chats to donate to us one at a time. And if you are part of the Broke Gang and you cannot donate to us, do not fret, because we need members of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codename Signal Boosters, on the engagement side of the team. We need the money people, we need the engagement people. So if you're Broke Gang, you can still help us out when you like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, not just on our stuff, but on the stuff of SCP projects we support. Even if you can't think of a good comment, just say Dr. Sherman from Site-42 sent me. That tells them, hey, maybe I should reach out to Dr. Sherman from Site-42 and get in the interconnected web of creators making cool things for the SCP community. And so you are still Mobile Task Force Site-42 codename Signal Boosters when you help us out. When you help out the SCP Wiki and its authors, artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, podcasters, all of it. We thank you for your service, Mobile Task Force Site-42 codename Signal Boosters. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are... SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one, it's a rough read. Speed round, even speedier round. 3999, 3043, 008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, content warning, last one, it's a rough read. Whew! And I just got a ping. I got Discord notifications from Afray Interactive. They are starting the stream now. After I sign off, go to the link in my description to go to the Afray Interactive Discord server. That is where you will get the closest view of the Afray Interactive SCP-5K game team interviewing SOM Studios, creators of SCP Gallionic, aka SCP the Anime. You can also watch it on the Afray Interactive Discord if you just want to watch. But if you want to ask questions, the Discord server is much more watched and listened to. They take YouTube questions, it just is delayed and it takes longer. So the Discord server is the best way to watch it. YouTube is second best, the Afray Interactive Discord. If you don't want to do that for some reason, I just also saw a notification that Radiger went live on Twitch. And you can go hang out with Radiger, I guess. Either way, Site-42 staff, this has been another coffee break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the Anomalous broadcast from Site-42. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Whichever of those streams you go to, tell them Dr. Sherman sent you. That way they know you're hanging out and you are part of the Site-42 fam. They will welcome you with open arms because the Site-42 fam fucking rules. Be safe, be well, Site-42 staff, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. I drank 16 doubles for the price of one. Trying to get the courage to talk to one. I asked her for a dance, not a second glance. My night had just begun. Well, I drink to the Father and the Holy Ghost. I'm kneeling to the altar of my nightly post. So I'll raise a glass, not the first or last. Come join me in this toast. Because the old black rum's got a hold on me like a dog wrapped around my leg. And if the old black rum's got a hold on me, will I live for another day? Hey, will I live for another day? The credit song is The Old Black Rum by Great Big Sea. Be safe, be well, Head over to Afray Interactive or Radiger. Tell them I said hi, and I'll see you in the next stream. Secure, contain, protect.